If you're a professional man who's successful in your career but wondering how did I get this overweight, tired and out of shape, this video is for you. I'll show you the reasons why successful men like yourself are keep gaining weight and how to stop it before it costs you another year of low energy, confidence and health. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button because I'm making a new video about weight loss advice for men every single week. I use these strategies to lose 60 pounds in 8 months. I kept it off for 13 years and I've helped dozens of men just like you lose up to 60 pounds and finally escape the yo-yo dieting cycle. If you're tired of constantly losing and gaining the same weight, I want to help you get to your healthy self without giving up the foods that you love. The first problem is that you made your career your biggest priority, and what it looks like is that you're crushing it at work but you have long hours that is making it feel like normal, and your lunch is just whatever that's convenient to you, and you feel like you're skipping your workouts because you are busy and coming home late at night, and you tell yourself that you will focus on your health later. But the problem is that years have been going by and your income goes up but your health just goes down, and I want to give you the solution, because if you are scheduling your health like it's your career and your biggest thing that is important for you right now, you're going to make a change, because you don't want to go as a successful man go into a meeting without being prepared. And that is also the thing that you should be doing with your health, and that is why I always recommend that you schedule your workouts in your, for example, the calendar you have. If you're someone who is having a calendar with filling up with way too much that is not important, maybe you feel like you are at the point where it's just, I have enough. I'm waking up 2 a.m. and thinking I need to put my shit together. You can remove a lot of shit in your calendar that's not important to you. I would love to know if you want to lose the weight for good and become the most healthiest version of yourself and lose the weight just like you saw with me and my client transformation beginning of the video. There's a link in the description and also in the comment section where you can apply for coaching with me, and we'll see if you and I are fit to work together, and I'll help you build a game plan to lose the weight for good. And by doing this, you are going to prioritize your workout. I recommend that as someone who's been in your shoes, that I wake up early in the morning, like 5-6 a.m. and I have the most energy. So I utilize that energy to go to the gym. And of course I have my meals prepared for the day, so I don't binge eat, because I know that in the afternoon my energy levels is crashing. So I am having my workout packed, also my gym bag. I go to the gym. I have my whole workout plan. For example, Monday I'm going out the chest and the triceps. I am having enough time allocated to be able to enjoy the workout without feeling stressed, and also doing the cardio. And then I'm also making that, for example, Tuesday working out the back, and then Wednesday I'm working out the shoulders and biceps, and it could be Thursday I'm working out the legs and abs. And when I'm going to the gym, I always have my earphones in, because that's a good way to cancel all the noise. Because if you're someone who is going to the gym and you are getting bloated with all the notifications from work, I always switch off all my notifications because it's a big distraction. And following a calorie deficit diet of 300 calorie deficit from your maintenance calories and a 45% of the calories come from protein, that makes it easier for you to reduce the cravings throughout the day, and also through a workout plan that is designed. If you have 2 of the first exercises are compound movements where you're targeting, for example, the upper part of the chest and then also the triceps, it's going to demand a lot of volume and intensity, because you are having a lot of energy in the beginning of the workout and you want to utilize that for the most heavy workout. So you have 10 to 12 reps where you are hitting like some blood flow out to the muscle to get a good mind-muscle connection. So you also have studied the workout before, so you are able to break down the muscle tissues from the specific muscle you want to work out. And then afterwards you are resting 60 seconds, and then you're going over to the first set, 2.5 kilos you put on to increase the weight, because the more you're increasing the weight and you are hitting 1 to 2 reps before failure, let's say 12 is the maximum of the reps that you're doing, that enables you to create an environment where you actually been working out enough to stimulate the muscle growth, and through 8-9 hours of sleep and the right macros, 45% protein, 40% of calories coming from carbs, so you are recovering yourself after working out. You just stick to this plan and you have 3 sets of every exercise. And after the 2 compound movements, it could be incline dumbbell press, then you go over to tricep push downs, row push downs, dips, and then you are also working out in a way that you've been depleting all your glycogen stores, and then afterwards you want to utilize something that's called protein synthesis, where you are, for example, getting 30 grams of protein and 40 grams of carbs to recover yourself. You want to get most of your carbs after workout because you want to have enough energy to sustain your energy levels when you're going to work, and also having 6,000 steps every single day, so you are able to increase the amount of calories you're burning to lose weight even faster. And by scheduling out the meal plans throughout the day, 3 hours after your post-workout meal, like the meal after you've been working out, you are consuming another meal that you prepared beforehand. I always prepare all my meals the day before, so I have for the whole week, especially when I'm going to work, because if you're someone who's at work and just eating whatever that you feel like, it's very difficult for you to keep your calorie deficit, because you have no idea how much oil, butter these cooks in the canteen is putting into the food. And instead of thinking that you're in a 300 calorie deficit, then you are eating something from the kitchen in the canteen, then you're probably just shooting up with 700 calories above what you need, and you're not going to lose weight, because to lose weight in a consistent way, you need to eat in a calorie deficit by monitoring whatever foods that you're eating. You set a bedtime that is the same every single day, because that's easy for you to have your body accustomed to a rhythm where you are falling asleep very naturally without any stress. And also, if you are removing all the electronics and have an old school, for example, bed clock, that's easier for you to not getting distracted from all the light from the phone, and also have sleep curtains and also a sleeping mask, like earplugs that cancel out all the noise. And you want to have a environment in your bed where you are having sex and also you're sleeping, so you're not associating your bed with all types of things where it's just difficult for you to relax. And also, I always recommend that you are journaling in a book or reading a book before bedtime, because that is naturally going to remove all the thoughts that you have been having throughout the day, so you don't lie awake 2 a.m. and having a lot of reflection, something that you've been very stressed about, and that's just easier. And also, if you want to lose weight consistently, you also know that you need to keep up with your matrix. For example, I always weigh myself naked before I'm eating anything. I'm taking a shit, and then I'm just weighing myself on the scale, and I'm writing down all the weight. And also, the first week of the weight loss journey, I'm having measurements about my body, so I can see how much fat I'm losing, because weight loss is like general all around your body, but it doesn't rely too much in regards to that how much fat you are losing. And that is easier if you have a measurement tape, so around your waist you can see that you are, after every 4th week, you take new measurements, then you are seeing that you are losing weight around the waist. And then if you are also getting bigger on the shoulders and the arms, it's a sign that you've been building more muscle mass. And the more muscle that you are having with the high volume workout plan, with the compound movement, like isolation movement as well, and focusing on progressive overload and mind muscle connection, you are going to build even more muscle at a faster pace. But also, the way that I'm teaching my clients to work out is, I want you to have a lean, toned, muscular body with a big, broad shoulder, small waist, something similar to the Captain Marvel movies or Captain America movies. The next problem you are having is that you're running on stress and fatigue, and that looks like that you're waking up tired and you are feeling like you need to have coffee no matter what, because if you don't have it, you are not able to put throughout the day, and you're snacking on stressful days because you are feeling that you need a desire to relieve the amount of stress that you're having. That's not healthy, because at the end of the day that your waistline is just getting bigger, and you're also having health issues, because let's be honest, if you are eating your calories come from whole foods, you're feeling full throughout the day. But if you are not having 40 grams of carbs in every single of your meal, and it's whole foods, for example, oatmeal, lean, like whole food pasta, bread, and also 20-40 grams of fibers, and drinking 4-5 liters of water throughout the day, and having high protein diet, you're going to reduce the cravings and the amount of stressing and snacking. Because if you want to rely on not filling yourself with unnecessary calories, you are having an easier time to maintain this calorie deficit. And most likely you are someone who are having no for example, energy left for your exercise after you've been working at your job, and you are using the evening as a recovery mode where you are binge eating because you want to de-stress yourself from work. And it's about the way to reverse all these things, because I want you to have enough energy on, for example, your weight loss or fat loss, because successful men who've been trying to lose weight, just like myself and my clients, we are always prioritizing our sleep, where I'm sleeping 8 to 9, sometimes 10 hours a day, because I've been working out a lot and I also need a lot of energy. And depending on how your energy levels are in the beginning, you just need more energy to recover, because if you've been very stressful, your body has a more difficult way to, for example, lose weight. If you have higher cortisol, the cortisol is just holding on to the fat, and if you want to lose weight faster and more sufficiently, you want to have a very stress-free life where you don't take all the stress to you with at home. So I'm drinking more water and relying on caffeine, and because I want to rely on my natural energy levels by sleeping even more, and then also have my more mental energy and having more protein every single of my meals, like 30 grams, and a total of 45% of daily calories come from protein. That helps me with reducing the, for example, the energy levels, and also wanting not snacking too much, and being someone who is able to utilize most of the amount of energy in the gym to build a lot of muscle and lose fat even faster at rest. So you don't need to like work out on a stationary bike for an hour every single day. It's a lot of unnecessary, for example, resource you're putting into that. You just want to have your calorie deficit work for itself, and you also having 6,000 steps every single day to create this calorie deficit even further, to lose 2 pounds a week. And that is in itself going to give you a lot of endorphins being released after being working out, and you're also recovering yourself, so you feel that you are able to sustain another day of losing weight and being a calorie deficit. And these are some more sustainable choices where you're just eating foods that you really enjoy through app. I'm using my Fitness Pal, where I'm, for example, putting in my calorie deficit, my macros, and then I'm switching in and out of the meals with tasty meals that I really enjoy, because in order to lose weight in a sustainable way, you need to eat foods that you really enjoy. Next problem is that you've been using the same strategies that make you successful at your job, and that is just not the way that you should do with weight loss, because it's an entire different monster. And what it looks like is that you're pushing very hard in your work, you're working longer, you're grinding faster, and you also think that extreme dieting and also endless amount of cardio and also an all or nothing approach is going to help you. But the problem is that you are going to burn out after 2 weeks, because you are not navigating the resources you have. You always have a lot of energy in the beginning at your weight loss journey, and you are probably going to start over if you're not being mindful about the energy. You want to space it out, always thinking that it's a marathon than a sprint, because in the end of the day, if you are having a lot of calories you're eating in the beginning of the weight loss journey, and you are stumbling upon some weight loss plateaus, basically meaning that the amount of efforts that you've been putting into your work. For example, in the beginning of the weight loss journey, you're doing 300 calorie deficit, and you have the macros I explained earlier, 45% protein, 40% of carbs, and then 6,000 steps, no cardio. Following that for 2 weeks, and then you are losing weight. But if you're thinking that keep doing the same strategy is going to help you, you are very wrong, because your body is accustomed to the amount of output. So in order to break through these weight loss plateaus, you need to create a more simple system where you are not using on willpower, but a system that you can rely on. So for example, you are having the same breakfast every single day, consistent workout, just like I mentioned, also the protein meals and daily steps, and then you want to break through the weight loss plateaus with 2,000 steps, even more, to expand even more calories. And then you are introducing cardio, or 4 cardio sessions a week on a stationary bike with a 20 minutes after your workouts, because if there's some resistance, you're losing weight even faster, because you are expending even more calories. And in able to be consistent with your workout, you are always needing to remove all the distractions from your daily plans. You don't necessarily always need to go out and eat with your friends or family. You are taking your meals with you, showing that you are aligning your efforts with the future version of yourself who wants to become more lean, toned, healthy, confident, love what you see in the mirror, having more energy throughout the day at work, but also after work, so you can be the most attractive and healthiest version of yourself for you and your family, and also just being able to enjoy things that you used to, like hiking, playing soccer, and also just being proud of who you are. If you are still using all these binge latening at night with eating a lot of shit foods and saying yes to eating everything, that is not aligned with the future version of yourself. And also reason why you most likely want to lose weight, just like I want to lose weight, is I just want to look good in the mirror and being proud of who I am, being able to have a shit ton of energy to go out and play soccer, traveling with my friends. And it's just not about losing weight fast, but it comes the type of person that you want to become, because being someone in the future requires that you are putting in the small steps towards aligning with the person that you want to become. If you keep holding on to your old identity of being someone who's stressed and also binge eating, using a lot of excuse that you want to be at home after work and just stressing out and eating a lot of shit and saying no to a lot of events, that makes it just difficult for you to aligning your actions towards something new. You need some motivation to push yourself in the beginning, and eventually these small actions are going to compound and you're going to be more disciplined. So you are internalizing, you're not thinking about what you're doing, because it takes some efforts and time. You need to be patient. I fucked up a lot in the beginning, but eventually I learned from my mistakes. So if you want to lose the weight for good and become the most healthiest version of yourself, just like you saw with me and my client transformation in the beginning of the video, there's a link in the description and also in the comment section where you can apply for coaching with me, and we'll see if you and I are fit to work together. I love to help build a game plan to help you lose the weight for good.